assumed office 3 years ago. I'll be rounding up by October. He assumed office 2 years ago. He assumed office not up to 1 year. We have the leadership of Alaba International Market. The Lagos State knows that we exist. The local government knows that we exist. Have they called the leadership of Alaba International Market and bring this into our notice? The answer is no. The answer is no. Look at the every men controlling this market. And that is why we have Alaba Market as of section affairs. So that when there is problem, we go to the appropriate authority. The day they came to my office, I was having a meeting, a joint meeting of the BOT, Head Council, and elected officers. I saw almost 100 armed mobile policemen. I came out to address them and said, this place is a marketplace, why are you frightening us? They said they are going for demolition, these people are laughter or whatever. I said, if you come to the leadership of Alaba and tell them, we will work hand in hand with you. We will not disturb the federal government from us, the government from doing their job. But at least you need to notify us. They will not call our people. Your own building is involved. Your own is involved. How do you go about it? Is it about, bringing it down, putting it to standard, or acquiring the necessary documents that is required for you to acquire? Or do they want to reclaim the land and give it to so-called their business counterpart that came out here from China like I had, that want to develop multi-purpose? No problem. With time, the world will know if actually what they came for is for the updated buildings, or they are giving this place for a foreigner to come and develop markets inside Alaba International Market. Let me tell you, I know about the position of Nigeria. I'm a political scientist. You understand? That's why I'm a trainer. I'm not a novice. Some of us are graduates, some of us are master degree holders. Now, what we practice in Nigeria is true federalism. If actually it's true federalism, an Igbo man can become a chairman in other local governments. The Igbo man can become a chairman in any local government in the Igbo land. Mr. Governor, you visited us, you are our friend. Even though in the election, I know that some people voted according to their conscience. Some of us voted because we love you. You are our friend. You can't tell me that you are not seeing this thing that is happening to us. Even if this thing is going to take place, why don't you do it in the right way? Why don't you give your people at least that listening ear? Why don't you hear from the leaders of Alaba? This Alaba International Market that is generating millions of naira into the purse of the federal government and that of the state and that of the local government. Now our people have asking a question, what is our offense? What have we done? Are we not Nigerians? This thing they are doing now, we have lost billions of naira here. Our people are in tears. They are crying. But I say, Mr. Governor, please, come for justice with us. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election and its aftermath. The presidential election held in Nigeria on February 25 and the winner announced on March 1st, 2023, is still ongoing, even though Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu was declared the winner and he is now sitting in the presidential villa as the president. The matter is not over until the Supreme Court rules. It may go on, the process may go on, and Aswad continues to be in the office in the next 6 months, in the next 7 months, in the next 8 months, as the case may be. But the fact remains that his victory is being challenged in court, and anything can happen, all things being equal. Now, one of the outcome of the 2023 presidential election is the ethnic profiling, the ethnic division that the election created. Now that election, which is still ongoing, as I told you, is still in court, manifested all that is wrong in Nigeria in terms of ethnicity and challenges of ethnic harmony, like what happened in Lagos State, where there was deliberate attempt to stop some sections of the country from participating in the election. There were viral videos where people of Igbo extraction in particular were told not to come out if they are not going to vote for the ruling All Progressive Congress. And there had been threats against them to the level that even one of the spokespersons of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Bayo Onanuga, a report was made against him at the International Court of ICC, International Criminal Court in The Hague. And issues that has to do with the election is still ongoing, not the least of which is the ongoing demolition of properties believed to be owned by Igbos in Alaba International Market. There have been a lot of wailing, crying, heart-wrenching videos all over the place showing the properties of people of Igbo extraction being pulled down with what you can even call reckless abandon. Never has anything of this magnitude been allowed to happen in any decent society on alleged ethnic ground. Of course, the Lagos State government claim that the reason they are doing this is because those buildings were distressed buildings, that if they are not demolished, they could collapse and take away lives. And that they had given the owners of those buildings enough time to do that. They are going to demolish the place. They claim that since 2016, they are aware that this thing is coming. And even if you look at in 2016, already Lagos State was beginning to get charged up politically in respect of what to do with the people of Southeast, who are many in that part of the country, and who are there basically to do business. Because the reason why they are in Lagos, there's nothing special about Lagos. There is nothing Lagos is no special, doesn't have any special air, it doesn't have any special water. The only thing that made Lagos what it is because it had been the capital of Nigeria, both politically and commercially. It is the only seaport that federal government of Nigeria foolishly allowed to be working. Because ordinarily, in other sense society, all the ports in Nigeria should be working. Calabar port should be working optimally. Port Harcourt port should be working. Warri port should be working optimally. Sapele port, they should all be working optimally. So that if you are in Southeast, you have no business to be importing goods through Lagos port. There is no same country where this kind of thing that is happening in Nigeria to happen. Because if you had not made Lagos literally the numero uno of importation in Nigeria, many people who are living in Lagos have no business living there and going there to build houses and build shops. Many would have stayed in their geographic area. You can imagine business people in Nnewi, in Aba, in Onitsha, importing goods, pharmaceuticals, spare parts, what have you. Everything must pass through Lagos port. You can imagine what would have happened if Calabar port is working optimally. It will say, moving your container from Calabar to Onitsha, moving your container from Calabar to Onitsha, from Calabar to Aba, from from Calabar to Oka and all these things is shorter, and it would have been of the best interest of the country. But no, because our leaders are daft, They know next to nothing, or perhaps as a result of deliberate wickedness to ensure that the country does not develop. They made it Lagos. And so when you see people crowd in Lagos, you think that there's something special about the air in Lagos or the water in Lagos. There's nothing special about it. It's just because of government decision to make it the commercial hub of Nigeria and the capital of Nigeria. And the Igbos, in that spirit of one Nigeria, went to Lagos to do business, and in the process contribute to the development of Lagos. Now, it is believed that they are victims of ongoing demolition in Alaba because it is assumed by Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC government in Lagos State that it was the Igbos that made Peter Obi to win overwhelmingly in Lagos State. But I do not believe that Igbo people are up to 40% of the population of Lagos, because Lagos is a predominantly Yoruba enclave. It means that majority of the Yorubas also did not vote for Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That was why he has such a ridiculous low number of supporters, of voters on the election day, according to the results from the situation room of the People's Democratic Party, who said that Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu got about only 150,000 votes. And there's the about 500 and something thousand that was announced for him in Lagos. Many strongly believe that they were just padded numbers, just to reduce the wide margin that Peter Obi won, defeated him in Lagos. So now the Igbos have to pay the economic price for supporting Peter Obi. But the Igbos are not the only ones that didn't vote for Aswad. Is it the Igbos that didn't vote for Aswad in other parts of Nigeria, in Edo State, in Delta State, in virtually all the South and Southeast states, in the middle belt of Nigeria, where but for alleged manipulation, Tinubu did not win Benue State, and so many other places that he lost in the middle belt of Nigeria. But in Lagos, Igbos are blamed for Tinubu not winning. And now their shops are being demolished at Alaba International Market. Now, the Lagos State government have been silent. The only thing you heard was that they said they had already marked the place since 2016 that those buildings will go. But there is an intervention by Obys Ezekwesili, former Minister of Education and former Director General of Due Process Office, one of the agencies that President Olusegun Obasanjo used in fighting corruption in the government ministries and parastatals in terms of procurement in the early part of his administration. She has made a very strong intervention where he said, okay, that Lagos State government should list those properties and the weaknesses they are suffering that made them to be demolished, and then give the deadline that was given for it so that the whole world will see the transparency in the process. Because without doing this, people will assume and believe that these demolitions are not being done because of the weaknesses of the buildings, but actually as a political vendetta against the people of Southeast because they didn't vote for the All Progressive Congress. I think that is important that the APC government do that. They should itemize all those buildings, what was wrong with them, when did they give the first notice? And why is it that if those buildings were distressed, why didn't they tell the owner that, okay, when we demolish it, the land still belongs to you, and then you can put the right structure based on our own specification? Because already there is a rumor mill that the place are going to be allegedly given to the Chinese to develop. That is an area also that the government needs to intervene and look into it. Are you displacing Nigerians to empower foreigners, the Chinese? So what is the message that is being passed if such a thing is true? That is why there is a need for more and better communication on what is going on in Alaba International Market. Because this country has passed through a civil war before, and God forbid that anything of such happens again to Nigeria. Nigeria is an example of a country that rose from the ashes of civil war. And today, unless you talk about it, many people don't know that Nigeria had a civil war in which over 3 million people died. And nobody should do anything that could lead this country to instability as a result of ethnic crisis. Because this country is good for all of us. Because if you look at the economy of scale, Nigeria as a united country provides huge opportunity for all of us. Huge opportunity. I know there are several European countries that many states in Southeast are bigger than them. But we also know that India is enjoying economy of scale. China is enjoying economy of scale. Despite the size of China, the population of China, China do not want to let go South Korea. They want Singapore, Hong Kong, sorry. They don't want to let go of Hong Kong. They don't want to let go of Taiwan because there is benefit in the economy of scale. The European Union is made up of several countries, but it is in the European Union that they speak with strength because the European Union provides a huge market for all of them. And since England left European Union, you see how United Kingdom economy is shrinking. So there's a whole lot of things to benefit from a united Nigeria. So we must not give the impression that it's a sin or a high crime to vote a particular way. I remember in 1999, the whole of Southwest didn't vote for PDP. So it's not a sin for any ethnic group to decide their political pathway to whatever they intend to achieve. And people should not be made to suffer for their political beliefs, for the choices they make in a democratic society. That is why it is important that to allay every fear, to allay every rumor that is being spread all over the place, the Lagos State Governor, Sanwo-Olu, should listen to Dr. Obys Ezekwesili. and publish the owners of those buildings, the distress of those buildings, the communication when they were told that these buildings will go, and everything else. And if possible, let the list be comprehensive so that we know that it is not only Igbos that were affected in what was going on. But unless that is done, the feeling out there on the street, on social media, is that it's a targeted attempt at economic cleansing of Igbos in Lagos. And that is not a good report, both for the APC government and for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is in France right now in the guise of looking for investors from European Union and elsewhere. You can't be bringing foreign capital in an intolerant society, an intolerant city like Lagos. It doesn't work that way. You can't eat your cake and have it. Many of them who are preaching this hate, they have houses in London. They have their children who are working in London government. They have people from Southwest who are working with the present Prime Minister of England. Yet, they will come home, they will be at home here preaching hate, telling people that they should go back to their home, go back to their region, go back to their states. The reason why Lagos is developed today is because it was the capital, as I said, and then it was the economic hub because of its geography, the port that is there. Because if it is not so, that advantage, why is Osogbo not as developed as Lagos? Why is Akure not developed as Lagos? Why is Ogbomosho not as developed as Lagos? Why don't they do the magic wand that made Lagos such an attraction to make the other Southwest capitals as attractive as Lagos? You know, it's not like that. It's an accident of geography. It's an accident of geography because of the Lagos being close to the sea and became an entry port to Nigeria. And the Europeans made it so. But it's not the only port. There are ports in Calabar and elsewhere. So these are the things that made Lagos attractive and brought a lot of Nigerians into it. Being the capital of Nigeria, being the commercial hub of Nigeria, the route for import and export. That was why when the British were building the railway network in Nigeria, the railway network from Sokoto was to connected Lagos. Maiduguri connected Lagos. Why? So that all the goods and services, all the goods, agricultural produce from the hinterland, from the up north, will come down to the sea in Lagos. It wasn't the Southwest people that did it. It wasn't the Yoruba elites that made it. It was the Europeans that made it. And it has continued to be sustained because of accident of geography and history. But Lagos is not the only seaport in the world that has developed. Even the Lagos itself is not a Yoruba name. Lagos itself is a Portuguese name. That is why even in Brazil there's Lagos there. But it's not the only seaport in the world that attracts population. Go and check all the coastline of Atlantic Ocean around the world. There are major cities developed around them. That is the attraction. But Nigerian own is even made more worse, that because of it, because of Lagos port, they have refused to develop Calabar port, Warri port, Sapele port, Port Harcourt port, even Ibom port, that could have spread development, spread communication, spread economic development. So Lagos indigenes, whom our land are even more tolerant than others who came from Oshun and all these places today and claiming that they are the Lagosians. They know it. That the reason the value of the land that their fathers left for them, they could sell it for hundreds of millions, is because of location. It is not their own making. It is the making of the British. It is the making of the federal government of Nigeria, who took Lagos as the capital of Nigeria, and they injected most of our resources to its development. Like tomorrow now in Abuja, the indigenes of Abuja will claim that they are the ones that develop, that the reason why Abuja is developed is because of them, or because it is their own effort. No, it is because there was a deliberate attempt to decongest Lagos and move the capital to the center of Nigeria. And that is what it is today. So Lagos people should encourage their government to be more tolerant, to be more accommodating, if really they are serious in what they are claiming that Lagos is a mega city. You can't be a mega city and act as if you are a village. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you and yours. And don't forget to like this video. When you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. God bless you and yours.